You're doing a home renovation. You hired a contractor, signed a contract, and you're 6 months in. The whole thing is going sideways, though. The drywall still isn't done. The workers are only showing up once a week. The timeline is blown, and now you're fighting with the contractor. You've got a year's worth of emails, text change orders, and voice memos sitting across your phone and inbox. You know the contractor said something specific about making sure they would hit the timeline back in the spring. You remember it. You just can't find it. So you're digging, scrolling through hundreds of texts, searching your inbox with keywords that keep returning the wrong results. It's somewhere. You just can't find it fast enough when it matters. Now imagine you had loaded all of that into one place, typed one question, and your AI had the exact message, the exact date, and the exact wording returned in 3 seconds. If you need a draft letter, you have all of your exact references right there. That's not a hypothetical. That's what Google NotebookLM does. Today we're talking Google NotebookLM. What it is, how Google NotebookLM is different from every other AI tool you're already using, what the research says about using AI this way, and 3 ways to start using Google LM to save time, reduce your frustration, and see things in your data you might otherwise not have realized. Google NotebookLM launched in 2024 as a research assistant. By 2026, it has grown into something closer to a full AI media and knowledge management studio. Here's what sets it apart from every other tool you might already be using. ChatGPT pulls from the entire internet. A Google Gem or a Claude project can reference your files, but they're still connected to the broader world of outside data, and their answers can drift beyond what you actually gave them. NotebookLM's default mode is different. It's grounded strictly in the sources you upload, your PDFs, your emails, your YouTube links, your Google Docs. Nothing else gets in it unless you ask it or allow it. Every answer comes directly from your documents, and every claim is backed by a clickable citation that jumps to the exact paragraph it used. That's why it doesn't hallucinate the way other AI tools do. It can't make something up from the internet because it's not looking at the internet. It's only looking at what you gave it. Now, if you want to go out and research the web, you can do that too. There's a deep research mode that browses hundreds of sites, builds a report, and pulls those findings back into your notebook. But that's your call. By default, it stays inside your sources. Here's what the research says. A 2025 study published in the Quarterly Journal of Economics titled Generative AI at Work tracked over 5,000 customer support agents at a Fortune 500 company to measure what happens when workers get access to an AI assistant like this. The result? A 14% increase in productivity on average. For newer, lower-skilled workers, that number jumped to 34%. The researchers found the biggest gains came when AI was doing one specific thing, surfacing the right information at the right moment, not replacing everyone's judgment, pointing the worker to what they needed fast. That's the contractor dispute story at the beginning of our episode. The information existed. It was always there. The problem was retrieval speed under pressure. And it's not just high-stakes disputes. One patient uploaded 11 years of blood tests, medication logs, and clinical notes into a single notebook. They used the audio overview feature to generate a podcast on their own health history. Listening to the AI narrative correlations between specific medication changes and blood pressure spikes helped them and their doctor spot patterns buried across years of separate files. They walked into the next specialist appointment with a roadmap instead of a stack of paper. Same tool, completely different problem. The right information exactly when it is needed. Here's 3 ways to start using Google NotebookLM to save time and to help you think faster. Number 1, stop rereading, start asking. Upload your sources and ask questions in plain language. What does this say about X? What are the 3 main arguments here? Where does this contradict that? NotebookLM treats your documents like a searchable database and answers you like a colleague. I uploaded a 27-page strategy deck for Travelli, asked it to pull the key decisions from each section, and had a clean summary in under 2 minutes. You can use it for the same type of things. Number 2, Turn your reading pile into something you can listen to on the go. NotebookLM can convert your uploaded sources into a two-person podcast. Two AI hosts who discuss, debate, and explain the material from your documents. You can tell them to focus on a specific section, explain it at a beginner level, or take a skeptical tone. Upload your reading for the week on Sunday night, generate the audio overview, and listen to it to your commute Monday morning. You show up already briefed without having read a word. And number 3, use the gap audit to discover your weaknesses privately before someone exposes them publicly. Once your sources are loaded, type this prompt. Based on my sources, what counter evidence is missing or what fundamental gaps exist in this research? NotebookLM stops acting as a summarizer and starts acting like an auditor. It tells you what your argument can't yet defend. If you're building a pitch, preparing for a hard conversation, or writing a report someone's going to push back on, run this before you're in the room. Most people are drowning in information they can never find when it counts. NotebookLM fixes that. Your data, grounded, cited, and searchable exactly when you need it. Load it up with the documents you've been meaning to get through and ask your first question. Free to start, and the first answer lands in seconds. Your move.